Hey there, viewers, and welcome back to the Southman Auto Channel. Got a 2007. It's the Dodge Dakota. It's got the big 4.7 and it needs a new exhaust. Or so I'm told. Oh, tailpipe is MIA. That's gone. It's aftermarket anyways. Let's see. Alright. What's up, Mrs. O?
Are the tires good enough to use another summer?
On this thing?
Yep.
Is that what you wanted to know?
Well, he wants them back. I just don't know.
Yeah, I mean, at a glance here, they look pretty good. Not as good as you, but pretty good.
What are you glancing at anyway?
Tires. Seeing how deep the tread is. What's up?
Just out here looking at the bottom of the vehicle?
Yeah, I just brought it in. So there's a truck. Yep, got no light, can't see. So what's up? He's caught to harass us?
No, it came out to say he wanted his tires if they're good.
I'm not doing tires, we're just doing exhaust.
Okay. Well,
That guy over there, he's the tire guy over there. That's not over here, we don't do tires over here.
well, his schedule's pretty tight, so you might need to...
I don't even know if I remember how to run a tire machine.
Yeah.
Man, Mrs. O's a slave driver. Just keeps us bucked. Right to the tippy top. I guess that's good. We're gonna fire up old Vic here. It is, we almost made it to 8:30 in the morning without getting out the torch, but pretty uncommon if we do. This is our number one tool here. In the salt belt, get out some shades so you can see what we're doing. I'm just gonna go ahead and just chop it off. I got him exactly what he asked for, the intermediate pipe, the muffler, and the tailpipe. So that's what we're gonna do, boys. Oh yeah. There, that's not too difficult. We just gotta go through and pop our hangers out here. I just cut them because it's easier than filling with them at first. I think there were only 2. Well, of course, there's probably another one on the back of the muffler. But that was already gone around the back of the tailpipe. And yeah, there's a 3rd one back here by the tire, but that's already on the road somewhere. So now it's just a matter of putting them back together. You always gotta make sure the delivery guy doesn't smash up the end of them. Sometimes by the time the pipes make it to us, they're pretty beat up. But they're also paper thin too, so it doesn't take much to squash the ends of them down. Alright, so set that one on there. We don't clamp anything down until the end, but we will stick it on there loose for the meantime, so we don't forget it. I don't think we'd forget it, but couldn't think of anything better to say, just because. There's that. Next, we will stick our muffler on there once we find the right direction here. There we go, inlet it says. Slide this little guy up here. We're gonna stick it on probably a little further than it needs to go, because then we're gonna try to pop our tailpipe on, which hopefully we have enough room. We'll give it a try. These hangers are pretty stiff. I gotta get this rear hanger on and then we'll start shifting things around where we get it straightened up. We're gonna take and pop this back hanger off here a little bit. Get her juiced up. See if we can't get it to come over these tabs. There's that one. There's that one. And we'll slide it on the muffler, and then we'll lift it up here. Now let's get her juiced up again. We're gonna start kind of rotating things around here to get it fit. Like I say, the rubber on them is pretty stiff, so well, not to mention it's pretty cold. There we go. So there's that. Okay, all the hangers are on. Let's start shimmying things around here. You mostly want to move stuff so you don't feel a lot of stress on it. If that makes sense, kind of get everything kind of sitting neutral. Usually with aftermarket exhaust, you end up, bending hangers, trimming hangers, stuff like that, because they're never really right. Like this one here, this hanger is sitting where it needs to be in reference to this one, but it's bent way in. So we'll stick a pry bar up here and just kind of bend that out. But mostly we want to make sure our tailpipe is level, slightly down so it drains. I don't think, this resonator doesn't have a pee hole in it. So, this will fill up with water and rot out, relatively quickly. So, it's just how it is, how they make them. I think we can all take a moment and just observe that this is an 07 in New York, and it's a daily, high mileage. And why is it not crap? fluid film, baby. It's not mint, but it's the only 07 we get in our shop. Should be solid now. We'll bend that hanger back. Could you hear it hitting the frame? That's that hanger right there. We'll see if we can't stick a bar in here and just give it a little tweak. We gotta be careful because these things are toilet paper thin, so prying on them can be a bad idea. We're gonna heat it up just a little bit. That way we don't, dent in the resonator. Push the whole thing over. All right, and right now it's hitting the leaf spring, but that's because the suspension is fully extended. Once we set the vehicle down, this won't hit the leaf spring, trust me, I'll show you. I wanted to make sure that this bracket or the clamp here, gosh, use your words, dude, big boy words, the exhaust hanger wasn't hitting. So, but usually, your suspension isn't full full droop, as they say in the Jeep world, I guess. So hitting the leaf spring there doesn't really matter to me at this point. We're gonna help this baby live a little longer life. We're gonna put a little pee-pee hole there. Because like I said, this resonator, these things don't last long at all. Wouldn't make it a year. We'll take and drill a hole in. I don't think there's a weep hole on this side. Oh no, there is, I think. I think they put the weep hole on the wrong side. Let's see here. So I can feel it. No, negative. So yeah, there is no weep hole in here. So just poke a little hole just to let the water out, particularly on, vehicles that are short trip driven, like the majority of stuff we work on. The condensation or the water vapor from the catalyst process, just ends up just getting stuck here. Of course, there should be a weep hole in the muffler too. Yeah, so there is a pee hole. Whoops, hang on. Bumping the air out here. So there's a pee hole right there in the bottom of the muffler. But it's not too bad a job. This job's 15-20 minutes start to finish. Easy peasy, baby. Let's go back here because I know we have trust issues. Oh, they're making me get down on the ground. Ouch. And you can see we're not even all the way down, but we have ample clearance between the spring and the resonator there. And the only time that even remotely comes close to hitting is when it's at full droop. So if he's out, flexing her up, 4x4 in it, which I know this fella. This is about the maximum this truck does right here. See? Good thing we made the pee-pee hole. This one. It's probably not focusing for you, but you can see there's some water dripping right there. Okay. Then I come back here. We got a nice steady flow. But if we didn't have that in there, then this sucker just fills up. But granted, when it gets hot, it starts to come out in the form of steam. What it's probably doing out here. Yeah, so there's a lot of moisture. So that's just a matter of fact, folks. Anyhow, you're welcome. Free tip. Go drill a hole in your muffler. So that's it, folks. Exhaust system on your Dakota with the 4.7. We'll start her up. Listen to the customary manifold tick that all 4.7s have. But rest assured that baby's going to be good. And that's it. So if you're doing a home gamer job, probably hacksaw, or not hacksaw, but sawzall will probably be your best option here. We always just use a torch in the shop because it's quick and easy. And That's it. Why don't you guys go down and exhaust yourself in that comment section with your concerns, your questions, the Insta, the Facebook. You guys know what to do. Just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.